Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of It's About Damn Crime, where in this episode, two best friends have a fun time talking about, what is it, Justine?
True crime.
There you go. But we do it POC style. So I'm Brittany.
With a twist.
Yeah, with a twist. I'm Brittany.
I'm Justine.
And you're listening to episode 91.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Scott's not here. He's right now laying in bed. He just woke up, so I was like, we're not waiting for you. Goodbye.
We should put him on the reel.
I know. We should.
Go get video of him still in bed and go, hey, why weren't you on this week's episode? Because you can't wake up?
I'm pretty sure after this, he'll still be in bed.
Yeah, for sure.
After this recording.
It usually takes him a while to get up.
Yeah. I was telling Justine that before we had like a set time to start recording, which is at 2 o'clock on Sunday. So I look at the time. I was preparing pozole in the crock pot, and I look at the time. It's 1:50 in the afternoon. I'm like, fuck. So like rushing around the kitchen like a madman and trying to put everything. I was like, I don't want to be on the reel.
She didn't want to be publicly shamed again.
Yeah. And then Justine was like, you should have put it on Snapchat. I was like, I did not have time for that. If I had a third arm, maybe I could have done that. But
so funny.
yeah. So anything new with you, Justine, before we get started? Or anything we need to announce?
If you guys go right now, our 2-year reaction video is up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Where we discuss a lot about how long we used to talk before we started a case, which was super annoying.
Dude, so annoying.
It was like, annoying.
We talked for like 20 minutes in that second episode, and I was like,
yeah.
What the hell were we thinking?
I don't know. Like, what? What? Why? Oh, my God. We had to fast forward ourselves. We're like, ugh, these bitches are annoyed.
Yeah, we couldn't listen to us anymore. So I said it in the video, and I'll say it here. Props to any of you who have listened to us from the very beginning.
Yeah, like you guys deserve a medal.
Yeah, because I don't know how you did it.
Yeah, I think if I was listening, I would have been like, ugh, bye.
Yeah. But
yeah. So you guys are the real MVPs.
For sure. I think that's all. Oh, we're going to New Orleans for CrimeCon weekend.
Yep.
So we're doing what we did last year. Yeah. We're not going to CrimeCon, but we'll be in the New Orleans area. We've always wanted to go to New Orleans, so
yeah. Just take it as an opportunity to go. So as it gets closer, we'll we'll pick a spot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are in the area and you want to meet up. We can meet for drinks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're ready to get started.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Let's do this dance.
Oh, dang. Okay. Bic Hann and Hann Pan migrated from Vietnam to Canada sometime in the late 1970s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then FYI, we're going to refer to Hann Pan as just Han from now on. Just an FYI.
Yes.
Okay, so like I was saying, they migrated from Vietnam to Canada. They didn't migrate together, but they did end up together. The two were married in Toronto and lived in Scarborough, and they had 2 children. They had a daughter named Jennifer, who was born in 1986, and then they had a son named Felix, who was born 3 years later in 1989. Shout out to 1989, because that was my birth year. Hey-o!
Oh, relax.
1989 is a very good year. FYI.
Okay.
So, Bic and Han, they worked super hard. They both had jobs at an auto parts manufacturer factory. And there, Han worked as a tool and die maker, while Bic made car parts. And by 2004, the couple, they made enough money to buy a big-ass house. And Bic was driving around town in a Lexus, looking all cute, while Han was driving around in his Mercedes. So the couple, they were frugal, but they were well off. I think because they were frugal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And at the time, they had saved up about 200,000 Canada dollars, which is equivalent to 150,995 US dollars.
Oh, so, our poor US dollar.
I know. I know.
That's sad. It always weirds me out, like, when we go places where our dollar's not worth as much as theirs, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm so used to going to, like, Mexico, where our dollar's gold.
Yeah. $1 can buy, like, 10 street tacos and shit.
Street tacos.
So good.
And so, just like most immigrant parents who work their asses off to better their future for their children, the Pans expected a lot from their kids. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Good grades. That's always the way it goes. Jennifer started taking piano lessons when she was 4 years old, and also was taking figure skating classes. And all three of them hoped that she would become an Olympic figure skater, which, yeah, I think Olympic figure skaters start young as fuck on the ice.
Gee, that's crazy.
They work them hard, yeah. But she wound up tearing a ligament in her knee, and then that, killed that dream. That was the end of that.
Yeah. I read that some nights during her, like, when she got to, elementary school, she would come home from skating practice at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And then do homework until midnight, and then go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. How, and of course, like, being young, that pressure is intense, right?
Yeah, it's too much. And then I think a lot of times, too, for, like, people that want to be in the Olympics, like children, like, they pull them out of school altogether because they want them practicing 99% of the time, and school just kind of gets in the way. But can you imagine being on that schedule and being in school? Like, that's impossible.
Yeah, that's just too much going on, especially for a young child.
Yeah, let her play Barbies, man.
Yeah, I also read that because of this, she began cutting herself, like just making little, little cuts on her forearms.
Yeah. I feel for Jennifer in this story, but I mean, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
At the end.
So when Jennifer got to secondary school, which is our high school in the States,
I had to Google that. I was like, what the fuck is secondary school?
Yeah. I think they call it secondary school in England too.
Probably.
I'm sorry. I could be talking out of my ass like I always am, but I don't know.
I love how you talk out of your ass.
Oh, okay. I should just do it more often then. So when she got to secondary school, she was monitored extra close by her parents, of course. And her parents, they didn't allow her to do normal teenage things like go to parties or, the school dances. They didn't let her do that. Mm-hmm. And Bic and Han, they would pick her up immediately after school and made sure that she was focusing on her schoolwork. And one of their rules, most importantly, was no boys allowed. She wasn't allowed to date.
Yeah, because boys are distracting and her grades were the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching something, one of the many things that I watched about this girl, and they were saying that it didn't matter how good her grades were, like it was never good enough for her parents. They were always like, you can do more.
Yeah.
So even if she was pulling straight A's, like, they were like, well, why aren't you getting A pluses? Like, it just was never enough. And they never, like, gave her a pat on the back for doing well. It was just like, okay, well, no, great job, just do this better. You know what I mean? They're always criticizing her, which you can't do that to a kid.
Yeah. So, of course, this was a huge problem.
Yeah.
I think you should, like Justine just said, you just let them live. Let the teenagers live and don't push them so hard.
Yeah.
Like you said, Justine, I do feel for her in this case.
Yeah. I understand wanting like a really good future for your kid, and yeah, you don't want them to fuck around and get knocked up in high school. Like, you don't want that to happen, but that's unfortunately a reality sometimes. So maybe it's best to just put your kid on birth control, and that doesn't necessarily mean that that's okay for them to have sex, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So
Yeah.
I think better to have open dialogue than to hide it, because then some crazy shit like this happens. But part of the whole experience of growing up is having those teenage years where you see a boy or a girl and you have a crush and you get to hold hand. You know what I mean? Like, all of those experiences like are important, and if you take them away, you make your kids crazy.
Yeah, especially if it's just school and whatever activity.
Yeah, work. Yeah.
School and work
yeah,
all day. And
crazy.
it's like, yeah, you can't do that to a kid.
You gotta, like, let them spread their wings. Go to the mall, hang out with their friends. Like, you don't let your kids do that shit. Like, they gonna get your ass. What?
Some foreshadowing right there.
So, when Jennifer was 16 years old in high school, she had an asthma attack. And that's when fellow student Daniel Chi Kwang Wong. Did I know that?
Yes, you did.
I feel like I did. Way to go, me. I practiced, guys.
I give you a high five, a virtual high five.
Yes.
From here. Yes.
Okay. So he jumped in to help her out. And then it was, hand holding, over the shirt filling. I don't know. Maybe they jumped directly to under the shirt.
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Dang. We don't know.
I don't know what's happening. Then, the clothes just came off. They're probably doing the dirty. I don't know. I'm just assuming. That's what happens. And while Daniel sounds like a nice boy, saving the day, he was actually a high school weed dealer. Also, Brittany and I discovered yesterday that all Daniels are weird. Oh, shit.
This is so true. They really are. We were talking about every Daniel that we know, and we're like, oh, weird.
Yeah. So, sorry if you're a Daniel, but stop being weird. So Daniel was a high school weed dealer. I also dated a high school weed dealer, okay? But I didn't date him until he had already gone to jail, okay? I got him after he was reformed.
Oh, my God.
What? No.
But was he really reformed?
No, because we would just buy weed from him after that. He's still selling weed. We didn't buy weed. I'd go, can we get some weed for free? Okay. But I think that, like, a lot of things that I watched and read about this, they're, like, demonizing Daniel, right? Like, he was a marijuana dealer. And it's like, okay, he was a high school weed dealer. We all had high school weed dealers.
Yeah.
I don't think it made him a monster.
It didn't matter what high school you went to. There was always a high school weed dealer.
Yeah. Someone's always got the weed in high school.
It wasn't a big deal.
Someone was like, a police officer was like, he had mass quantities of weed. I'm like, oh, shut up.
Like, calm down.
How do you know? Okay, so no way in hell, of course, was Jennifer's parents going to approve of this relationship, okay?
Yeah, no way.
First of all, no boys, and then she's picked a boy that's selling weed at school. Which, again, if you're not pinning your kid down and telling them that they can't do anything, they're probably not going to date the weed dealer. They're probably going to date the nice boy, okay? But you're telling her she can't do anything. She's like, fuck you, I'm going for the bad boy.
Right?
That's not what happened with me. I had a lot of freedom. Just have a history with weed dealers. I've dated many of them in my life. And I don't even smoke weed. So why is that? Why does this keep happening to me?
I don't know. The choices that you make, Justine.
I'm going to make better choices. So, of course, Jennifer hit him. She was like, oh, no. We're not going to tell anybody about this because I'm going to get in trouble. Which,
at first, I thought you said Jennifer hit him.
And I was like, hit him.
Oh.
In the face.
And then she hit him, like HID hit him.
Yeah.
So while Jennifer had maintained excellent grades in elementary school, when she got to high school, it was a whole different story.
Yeah.
Her grades fell, And I think it's because in her grade 8 graduation, she expected to be named valedictorian, but she wasn't.
Ah.
And so I think in her eyes, she's like, well, what's the point in pushing myself to be better if I'm not going to get recognized for it or get any accolades or whatever, you know?
Right.
So, of course, like I said, in high school, her grades fell, and then, you know, she was maintaining a C average, which obviously was not okay with her parents.
Right.
So she worked really hard. She got those grades up. She graduated. She went to college and became a doctor.
The end. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
No. Guys, we've only been here for 17 minutes. Clearly, that's not the end. So, her grades did not go up. She just started... Well, they did start going up. She started getting A's. Straight A's. But that's because she was forging her report cards.
Yeah.
And she had received early admission to Ryerson University, but in her senior year, she failed a calculus class. And then they rescinded their offer. They're like, oh, no. We don't take failures. And again, calculus is hard, okay? So maybe she was smart, but she wasn't like that smart. Sometimes, like, I think, like, no matter how hard you try in school, some things, like, you're just not ever going to figure out. Like, and that just is what it is. But for her, that wasn't acceptable. And it wasn't okay to fail. Like, she had to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I don't think she was, like, slacking. I think it was just too much pressure. It was like a pressure cooker. Like, you got to do really, really, really well. And then when you're doing really, really well, it's not good enough. And then when you're struggling, you can't say that you're struggling. You can't ask for help because you're supposed to be perfect. Like,
exactly.
Ugh, what a nightmare. Okay, so Jennifer was too ashamed to tell her parents that her, you know, college had been like, oh no, psych. So she continued to lie about her grades. She even made up a mock, like, acceptance letter to college, to the University of Toronto, I believe. And when the truth was that she never graduated high school, which is crazy.
Yeah. But she couldn't tell her parents that she didn't graduate high school.
Yeah.
So she made up this whole, like, life that wasn't real. I mean, she made up a fake diploma. A fake, you know, high school diploma, saying that she graduated when she didn't. And I think she took, like, fake graduation photos or something like that.
Oh my God, she was on fire, dude.
Yeah. She became a, what's that, a pathological liar? You just lie all the time. She told her parents that she had gotten into a pharmacology program at the University of Toronto and that she was volunteering in a children's hospital as a part of her school curriculum. And she also told them that she was staying with a friend who lived closer to the campus.
When in reality, she was working as a waitress and a part-time piano instructor. And she went and bought fake used books to fool her parents into thinking she was actually taking classes. And she wasn't staying with no friend, guys. Who was she staying with? Daniel. Which, I would like to point out, is okay.
Yeah.
She's working. She's living her life. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to spend the night at your boyfriend's house. Like, she's an adult at this point.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Crazy.
It's crazy that she has to keep her real life a secret from her parents.
Yeah.
And it's not like she's doing anything bad.
No, she's not, like, out doing drugs and robbing people. And, like, she's working and hanging out with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's it.
Crazy.
And what do we say? What do we always say around here? When you're young, you're dumb.
Always so dumb. Just so dumb.
Always. So, of course, all of those lies that she was telling her parents, they were eventually going to catch up with her.
Oh my God.
And that's what happened eventually.
So her dad, Han, had become suspicious of Jennifer's quote-unquote volunteer work when he realized that this bitch never had a hospital badge nor a hospital uniform, which is a very, yeah, like if you're working in the hospital, you got some sort of uniform. They don't really let you work there in plain clothes.
Yeah, no.
So he started doing something completely normal and not crazy at all. He started following his daughter around. It's crazy. Maybe she got a little bit of her crazy from him. I don't know.
I think she became crazy because of them.
True. So one day when she took off to work, Han followed her to the hospital and very quickly found out. Well, he didn't follow her to the hospital because she didn't go there. I saw two conflicting stories here. One, that he busted her at the hospital. No. That Han and Bic had dropped her off at the hospital, and that she was like, they're like, oh, can we go in and see where you work? And she was like, no. She like ran like a bat out of hell, and that they got out of the car and followed her into the hospital and was like, we're looking for our daughter. She's a volunteer here. And they were like, there's no volunteers here. We don't have volunteers at the hospital. But then I also read where he followed her and she just never went to the hospital, and he caught her with Daniel.
I wonder if there were two separate
occasions.
I wonder if two separate occasions.
Maybe.
But who knows?
Yeah.
So then the shit really hit the fan, right? Mm-hmm. And all of her secrets and lies were exposed. And Jennifer's dad, Han, wanted to kick her out of the house. And her mom, Bic, was like, no, let her stay. Let's get her back on track. So at 24 years old, Jennifer got grounded. That's right, I said it. She got grounded. Her parents took her cell phone away. She wasn't allowed to leave the house unless she was going to her piano job. And, of course, she was forbidden to see Daniel anymore. Which is... You're 24 years old, but you're getting grounded.
Yeah, like... Crazy. I don't get it.
I also read that, like, by 22 or at 22 years old or something, she hadn't smoked, drank, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I read, too, that she hadn't gone on, like, vacations or spent the weekends away, like, with anyone but her family.
Didn't go to clubs.
Yeah. Like give this girl, let her cut loose.
Right?
Crazy.
All work and play makes Jennifer a dull girl.
Oh, dang. You think she saw the... No, she probably wasn't allowed to watch The Shining.
Definitely not.
There was boobies in it. So, and bush.
Oh,
right?
and all the
bush.
bush.
Yeah,
all the bush, okay. Yeah. There was bush.
I remember that. So, of course, Jennifer kept in contact with Daniel, and she saw him in secret, which was fun for a little while. Sometimes a secret relationship can be, like, a little exciting. Mm-hmm. But then it gets old real quick, You're like, ugh, I'm so tired. I don't have time for this. And Daniel was like, all right, you're an adult. This is crazy. Like, I don't understand why we can't just see each other. And you're grounded indefinitely until you're 72. You can't call me or sext me. I don't know if she was sexting him.
Probably was.
She had a flip phone, so I don't know if they could really... what the technology was back then. I guess she could send text messages. It don't have to be pictures.
No. If you could text, you could sext.
True. Maybe they wrote it in a letter and they sent it by pigeon carrier. Or maybe they left their letters in a secret spot that her father couldn't find them.
Oh, maybe.
No, they didn't. They just texted each other.
They were sexting.
So eventually Daniel was like, fuck this shit, and started seeing another girl that was allowed to be with him in public. But Jennifer, being the cuckoo banana person that she was, could not have that.
Mm-hmm. So she made up this crazy-ass story about a man entering her home and showing her a police badge, and then he came in, and I don't know if like other people came in, but then she was getting raped.
Yeah, if he like spawned into like 7 different people.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like a sci-fi movie. I'm not really sure.
Definitely a sci-fi movie. Then she told Daniel that his new girlfriend had mailed her a bullet.
What?
Like, what? What do you say? So, of course, none of this was true. I don't know where she was getting these stories and...
Dude, she's just a liar. She couldn't help herself.
Yeah.
I think she lived in, like, a fantasy land. That was, like... Maybe she did live in a sci-fi movie. I don't really know.
Her own sci-fi movie.
So, I don't know what happened with Daniel and all of that nonsense. It kind of was just, like, the only information that was given. Like, that she just went on this weird tirade. But eventually, they did wind up speaking again. So... I don't know. Sometimes boys like crazy, you know?
Oh, yeah. Some boys like you.
Hey. True. Yeah, you ain't wrong. So, all of this brings us to the night of November 8th, 2010. Okay, guys, we're going to answer a 911 phone call. We have to give you a warning because you're all babies about it. Okay, hold on.
What's your name?
My name is Jennifer.
Someone just broke in?
Someone broke in and I heard shots like pops. I don't know what's happening. I'm tied upstairs.
Did it sound like gunshots?
I don't know what a gunshot sounds like. I just heard a pop. My dad just went outside screaming.
Do you think your mom is downstairs too?
I don't hear her anymore.
So, Jennifer calls 911, guys, and tells them that 2 gunmen entered the household, took a black shoelace from, I'm going to assume her room, tied her up to a banister upstairs. Then they robbed the house. Then they took her parents downstairs, and then she heard pops. So Bic was shot multiple times, but ultimately was shot in the back of the head and killed. Han, on the other hand, was shot in the face, but survived and was rushed to the hospital. The robbers only took about $2,000 cash that Han had on him, and then they left behind all the other valuables. So basically what they had done was just come in and try to kill Jennifer's parents. And then they left her upstairs, tied up, unharmed, with her cell phone on her. What?
So, of course, we're all calling bullshit on this quote-unquote robbery, right?
Yeah.
She was a professional liar, of course. The story is just... It's just all dumb.
Yeah.
All dumb.
It's...
There was a interrogation footage that Justine and I saw. And so she's in the interrogation room with a detective. And the detective tells her, you know, how... Basically to demonstrate how she called 911. So he gives her a flip phone. She puts it in her back pocket. He makes her stand up. Well, he tells her, stand up, turn around, put your arms the way that they were on the banister. And he said, okay, you called 911. How'd you do it? So she maneuvers her arms in this way. You know, she was able to take out her cell phone. Her hands are behind her back. Her cell phone's in her back pocket. That's easy, right? And then she puts her hands she maneuvers her arms or her wrists a little bit towards her right hip. And she's able to see the cell phone. She flips it open and she calls 911. And then the detective is like, okay, well, how'd you talk to them? Like, how were you able to hear the operator, basically?
Yeah.
Or the dispatch? And she said, I put it on max volume.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, I mean, you guys just heard the 911 call. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if you were kind of far away.
You would sound far away.
You would sound far away.
Yeah.
But she sounded like she was.
On the phone.
She was speaking directly into the phone.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a red flag right there for the detectives.
And then there was another point where she's going, when she hears her dad run outside, after she says, oh, my dad ran outside, she's going, hello? 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 They were like, if you and your wife had been attacked and you knew your daughter was tied upstairs, like, why wouldn't he have gone to go look for her? You know, like, he just heard her yelling and ran away. So they were like,
Yeah. That was
something's
another red flag.
A little sus here.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Jennifer's dad, Han, was placed in a medically induced coma for several days. So, in the meantime, Jennifer attended her mom's, Bic's funeral. But now, she didn't shed one tear. She was stone-faced.
Yeah.
At her own mother's funeral.
Yeah.
Which detectives had an undercover officer following her.
Yeah.
And saw this, and they thought it was another red flag. Like, why isn't she devastated and crying over her mother's
being
death?
murdered?
Yeah. And her dear old dad woke up from that coma, and he told the police that Jennifer wasn't afraid of the robbers, and she sure as hell wasn't tied up, and that she was, talking calmly to these guys. She was like, I don't know if I want to say like buddy-buddy, but she was
like almost
just
like she was friendly with them. Like, oh.
Yeah, she was friendly with them, exactly.
Which, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously we all know this is Jennifer's stupid fault. Idiot Jennifer. But what had happened was that Jennifer was tired of being controlled. And, again, totally understandable. But don't kill your parents. Maybe just move out.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Just saying. So she talked to her weed dealer boyfriend, Daniel. And Daniel said, I might know someone who can take care of your parents. So Daniel connected Jennifer with a dude named Lenford, dumb name, Roy Crawford. And Jennifer offered him $10,000 to kill her parents, which she was going to get after her parents were dead, because with them gone, she was set to inherit $500,000. So that was like, I won't be controlled anymore, and I'm going to come into all this money.
Yep. I think she wanted to run away with Daniel, like after she got the money or whatever.
God, it's not a romance novel.
So then Daniel gave her an iPhone and a SIM card for her to contact Lenford without using her actual phone. Then Lenny contacted another man named Eric Carty. And then that fool contacted another dude named David Mylvaganam. Which already, there's too many people involved.
Too many people. Don't involve so many people.
No, you don't involve so many people. That's just way too many. Wait, too much shit going on.
And too many people that can talk, right? Like, just
exactly.
Stop. Just do it yourself. Okay, so on the night of the 8th, Jennifer texted Lenford, VIP access. It's not good code. Not good code. And then went in and opened the front door. Unlocked it, right?
Yeah.
And then her neighbors across the street had security cameras, and they caught, it's so stupid. Like, there's a car pulling up. It stops in front of the penthouse, and then you just see the light in Jennifer's room flicking on and off.
Yeah, I guess it was on for a minute, and then she flipped it off, and that was the signal.
It's a signal, like, clearly. Yeah. So David and Eric entered the house through the front door that Jennifer had left open for them. And we don't know exactly who pulled the trigger, because these idiots were not talking. But it's believed that David did it. Lenford and Daniel were both at work at the time, so Daniel just did the connection. Lenford orchestrated the whole hit with the other two morons.
And when Jennifer figured out that police were onto her, she decided to change her whole story.
Dude, she's so annoying, honestly. I'm like, what?
And what she tells them is that she hired those hitmen to kill her because she was so heartbroken over the fact that she couldn't see Daniel anymore and that she just wanted to die. She said that she did this because, you know, she had attempted suicide many times, but she just couldn't do it herself.
Yeah,
basically.
So
that's
was never
why,
successful.
Yeah, so that's why she hired the hitmen to kill her.
Dumb.
Which,
like, what?
this case just gets stupider and stupider.
And then, we'll talk about it later, but she tells her lawyer a whole different story. It's just very annoying. So police bring in Daniel, right? And he tells them, yeah, she wanted her parents dead.
They're like straight out.
Yeah. So, like, they didn't even, like, get together on the same page to have the same story.
No.
Ugh. So everyone is so dumb, and I hate them, and I'm tired of talking about them. This case, I don't know why, but I was like, you are all the biggest idiot. Like, sometimes you're idiots and it's funny, right? Like, this time I was like, you're an idiot and it's annoying. Like, what was your plan? You had a
clearly there wasn't
big elaborate plan, but it just was dumb.
Yeah.
So Jennifer Pan was arrested on November 22nd, 2010. She didn't even make it. It was 2 weeks to the day that her mother was murdered. You didn't even make it 2 weeks, bitch. She had tried to get rid of the SIM card in the burner phone, right? Like, she got rid of the SIM card. But she kept the stupid iPhone. So when police came to take the phone, she still had it. They took it, and they were able to pull, like, hundreds of text messages between her and the hired hitman. Just like,
yeah, because the text messages aren't...
Save on your phone, you moron. Ugh.
Well, because the SIM... Okay. Those text messages, they weren't saved to the SIM card. They were saved to the phone.
To the phone.
So
Your SIM card gives you service. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what the situation... There was Wi-Fi in 2010. In 2010, if you were on the Wi-Fi and you had no SIM card, you could still text. It makes me so angry. Oh, damn, my Hella just broke the mic for everyone.
That's so funny.
Dude, there was some stupid shit on there, too. Like, she was like, what was she saying? In fact, I'm not going to remember now, but, like... Something about the job. Like, she thought she was in the mafia. Like, I don't know what was going on in her head, but it's like, no, don't communicate where you can leave a record. Ugh.
So, David Mivaghanam was arrested on April 14th, 2011, and the very next day, Eric Carty was arrested on April 15th, 2011. Daniel Wong, you know, Jennifer's boyfriend, was arrested on April 26th, and Lenford Crawford was arrested on May 4th.
Can you imagine, like, when the first one went down, the rest of them were just, like, waiting? Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm next.
Yep. Now, Jennifer, Daniel, David, and Lenford, they were all convicted on December 13th, 2014, and they all received life sentences with no chance of parole for 25 years.
Eric Carty's lawyer got sick or some shit, and I just read that he got sick, and then there was a mistrial, but I didn't look any further into it. Sorry. So, he was sentenced to 18 years, not for the murder of Bic, but for someone else. So, obviously, he was a class act. So, he, you know, also was doing time. Han Pan... That's very hard to say. Those an ah and then an N. Requested that the court ban Jennifer from contacting him, her brother, or any other member of her surviving family. And she's also not allowed to contact Daniel. And everybody's still in prison, except for Eric Carty because, well, he died in April of 2018.
Yeah.
So, in his cell. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Who knows? But do you think, this is what I took away from this case the most, do you think that Daniel sits in prison every single day and is like, this fucking bitch ruined my life?
Yeah. But also, don't be stupid. And, I mean, if your girlfriend is like, oh, you know, kill my parents.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't. Especially if you're young, you're stupid, you don't know anything. Like, and also don't, I don't know. He should have said no. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
But instead, he was like, oh, I know people that can do this.
I read,
what?
too, that she had got in touch with some goth kid that she went to high school with.
Oh, yeah.
And offered him $2,000 to have him kill her father in the parking lot of his job. Mm-hmm. And she gave him like $200 as like down payment or whatever. And I think he was just like, oh, she's full of it or whatever. And then when he was like, oh, she's serious, like he gave her the money back and was like, no. Like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But why? Just because he was goth, you thought that he was capable of murder?
Probably.
Oh my God, it's so weird. Ugh, this girl.
I feel bad for her in a sense that, yeah, she was pressured to exceed academically by her parents from a very young age to even 24 years old. Like, you know, she always had to be the perfect child and have good grades and do this and do that and work and school and that's it.
Yeah.
And of course, that's going to make any child crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure there are kids out there that have these type of, that have grown up like this and they're okay.
Yeah, they didn't murder anyone. Well, she didn't technically murder anyone, but she was, you know, hired people to murder her parents.
Yeah. But with her, I think it just became just way too much. And here comes the lying, and then it just went downhill from there.
And I think she kind of just lived in like fantasy land, you know what I mean? And I wonder if like a part of that is to protect herself from like the crazy hard life that she was living, right? Or it's like so much pressure all the time. They took away her childhood. She didn't get to be a kid. Mm-hmm. And that's really unfair, but that doesn't give you the right to murder anyone.
Yeah,
like,
no.
if you don't like that at 18, get the fuck out. Like, and I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but you were already working. You could have gone to go live with Daniel. Like, why did you, you didn't have to go home. I also understand though that there's part of it where it's like, if you move away or you get caught doing the things that you're not supposed to, like your family alienates you or they don't talk to you anymore. So you kind of lose your family in a sense too. But like, I think sometimes you have to weigh the good with the bad. And like, if your family is not going to let you just be a normal person, then you don't need to have your family in your life. Like, that's okay sometimes.
Yeah.
Definitely don't freaking hire morons to kill them.
Yeah, that was... And then, like, I get her parents. Like, I get her parents say... Which is just most parents. Most parents that migrate here from a different country, they want to give their children a better future. Mm-hmm. You know? And they want them to have a good education and, you know, all that shit.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, what I saw in something, too, that Han had said... You will never see Daniel again, and the only way that you will be over my dead body.
Yeah.
And then she was like, okay, I see you. And then she tried to make him a dead body.
Yeah.
How badass is that, though, that he survived? A shot to the face.
Dude. Super badass.
What? The detectives were saying, too, though, that, like, if he had survived, like, they may have not caught her. Like, she could have potentially got away with it. Which I don't see how, because it was all very stupid.
Yeah, I think eventually they would have caught her.
Yeah, maybe not as fast. Not in 2 weeks.
Yeah. It would have taken maybe another 2 weeks, but...
Yeah. Jeez. And then she told her lawyer, or her story with her lawyer was that she had hired the hitman to kill her parents. No, to kill her. And that, but she said that she would pay them $10,000 to do it. And then she changed her mind. And she was like, oh, I don't want that anymore, and I'm not going to pay you that. And they were like, well, you're going to pay us something. And she was like, no. So then they turned around and killed her parents as payback.
Okay.
What? If they had her upstairs tied up, why, and that was true, why wouldn't they have just killed her?
Right? Also, that's stupid. Why would you pay somebody $10,000 to kill you?
Yeah.
What? Shut
Do
up.
that shit for free.
Right. Everything in this case that has to deal with her plots and her lies and her scheming and all this shit, it's all stupid.
Yeah.
And it all makes no sense.
That was all really dumb. And the funniest part about this is that you see a picture of her and she looks like she's like 14 years old.
Yeah.
And she's really into Pokemon cards and maybe like chess. I don't know. She probably watches cartoons still. I don't know. And her boyfriend David is not, he does not look like
Daniel.
He's David's the other guy. Daniel, her boyfriend. He doesn't look like he's some like criminal mastermind either. They look like just like normal 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well.
Crazy.
It just makes me like I was face palming
the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, what? It just kept getting like dumber and dumber and dumber.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, come on, girl. I mean, I understand staging a robbery, but like you almost have to get shot too. Mm-hmm. Like they would have to. Also, don't be buddy with them when they get in, just in case someone does survive. Because imagine if she had just been like tied up and tortured, her dad would have never known.
Yeah. Also,
no, she was like,
she staged a robber, or they staged the robbery. But the robbers didn't really take anything but money. Like, they took the cash off of Han, and then there was some, like, savings that Jennifer had, I think, that she gave, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but that was it. They didn't take any electronics. They didn't take TVs, or, well, I mean, there's the same fucking
jewelry,
thing.
like, nothing.
No jewelry,
there was expensive cars there that they didn't take.
No debit cards, nothing. Credit cards.
Nothing. Just the cash that was easy access.
Yeah. And it's like, what? So that was another red flag
robbery. What?
That popped up. I don't understand it.
Crazy, dude. Crazy.
Anyways. So that was a case of Jennifer Pan.
Can we call this episode Liar, Liar?
Pants on fire?
Liar, liar, pan on fire.
Yes! There you go. We got to write that down because we'll forget.
Put it in the calendar.
I'm going to do it right now. Okay. Done.
Done, son.
All right. Now we're moving on to Stranger Danger.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Stranger danger. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. You better run.
All right. Now we have an audio.
Way to go, Jackie.
From Jackie.
And happy birthday, boo-boo.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jackie. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Hopefully this is... Sometimes my volume likes to play me. And I think it's turned all the way up when it's really not.
Hello, my podcast pen pals. This is Jackie from Chicago. So this story started a few years ago. I was in my 20s, so a lot of years ago. I was at a club with my friends, and we were at a birthday party on the second floor of the club. So to get to the second floor, you had to go through these little dark stairs to get up there. So I went to the bathroom. When I came back, I was walking up while this guy was walking down. When he walked down, we made eye contact. He decided to grab me by the hips, push me towards him like a huge, like, bear hug. My reaction was to push him off against the wall. I was about to punch him in the face, close my fist, put it behind me, and I was about to swing when he crossed his arms in front of himself, in front of his face, and he basically blocked me and said, don't hit me, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
What a bitch.
What an idiot. First of all, don't be touching anybody, no matter where you are. Earlier that day, in that same club, somebody tried to smack me in the butt under my dress. Well, okay. So, I don't have a butt. So they had to really try hard to try to swing anything under that dress, but whatever. And my other little short story was I was leaving a Christmas party with my company, and I was outside waiting for the valet to bring my car around, and this guy decided to try to get close to me. He was walking towards me, saying how pretty I was, how beautiful my red dress looked. He didn't know that I was not alone. My boyfriend, all tattooed, Marine, gets in front of him and says, "Dude, just back off. That's my girlfriend." I mean, he didn't even sound like threatening or anything. He just sounded normal. But this dude, once he saw him, he just backed off and acted like as if he wasn't talking to me, which I thought was pretty funny. And I mean, like you lady says, quote you guys, my panties were wet when he did that. I mean, I'm just gonna say that. I love your show, love your podcast, love contributing. Hopefully I don't contribute anymore, mostly because this is just a little too many stories. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Jackie, we would never say make panties wet. Who are we kidding? Yes, we did.
Dude, that first story, what is that club called? Club of Creeps. Telling you. Right now.
What a pussy, though. Like, you're going to have the balls to grab her by the waist and bear hug her, but when she goes to hit you, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me.
Yeah, pussy.
Get out of here.
Shut up.
Should have kneed him in the huevos.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure those weren't blocked.
Nope, he's too busy hiding his pretty face. His delicate face. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Dude, that second story made me laugh. Where she's like, "Oh, my pussy."
Whoa!
I went too far.
Whoa!
I meant my panties. My panties were wet. Whoa.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Hot mess.
Oh man, the things that we say on this podcast.
My God, crazy.
Well, thank you, Jackie, for your audio.
Yeah, and you already sent us 2 more stories, so keep them coming.
Yep. Okay, next story, Justine.
Oh, me.
Yeah, that's how this works.
Hold on.
That's how this works.
Me.
We alternate.
Me,
I go and then you go.
Me.
I go and then you go.
Me. Hold on.
Are you getting your voice ready?
I'm warming it up.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. This story is from Gabby.
Gabby.
Gabby says, "Hola, señoritas. Repeat offender over here with more gross stories for ya. So here we go. About 3 years ago, my friends and I decided that we should have a mini getaway to the Poconos in Pennsylvania. It was about a 3-hour drive, so we decided to leave around 10 a.m. after the morning traffic had gone by, so we were all in our PJs looking comfy AF. So there we are, driving along, jamming out to some 90s in sync when the friend sitting in the back seat nervously taps my shoulder and asks, "Gabby, what's this man driving next to us doing?" Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
I slowly turned my head only to realize this man next to us is fucking jacking off while driving.
Of course.
Ugh. We all start
Of
freaking
course.
out, not knowing what to do, so we slow down to let him go ahead of us, but this fucking guy slows down too. And for about 10 minutes, he continuously tries to keep up with our speed while still jacking off. Dang, the talent, man.
Right, that's skills.
At one point, while we're all looking away and panicking, so we just get off the following exit and thankfully lose the guy. I don't know why it didn't occur to any of us to get his license plate or call the police, but we were just so disturbed, we just wanted to get away. Anywho, that's one of the many stranger dangers I have unfortunately encountered. Love y'all. Oh, man. Oh, this story was titled Highway Fucker. Sorry, I saw that after the fact.
Brilliant.
Well, you know.
Man, That takes a lot of skill to be able to jack off and drive.
Dude, I mean, kind of like props on that. But also while pacing yourself with the car next to you.
Right?
Also, too much dedication. Just jack off at home like a normal human being.
Right. Maybe, like, don't jack off while driving. Because you're endangering other people when you do that. You know?
Yeah, imagine if he got into an accident and then the cop was like, what were you doing? Jacking it.
And then he tries to say something else, like another lie.
His wiener's just
but
out.
But then the cop just sees his dick out.
Gross.
And how embarrassing is that? Like his little teeny weeny wieners.
Ew.
Outside of his pants. Ugh, gross.
Disgusting.
Well, thank you, Gabby, for your story.
Yes, thank you, Gabby.
Okay.
And
do you want to do one more?
Gabby. Thank you for being Gabby.
Okay. Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, we can do one more.
Okay. All right. So this next story is from Janie.
Janie's got a gun. Oh my God, does everybody sing that too? Do you hate me right now? She's not going to listen anymore. She hates us. Me specifically.
Janie turned it off as soon as you started singing that. Okay, so subject is call center creeper.
Oh no.
So, okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Hi gang, I've been meaning to send in my stranger danger stories, but am now just getting around to it. My first story is from a few years ago when I worked as a customer service rep at a call center for a credit card. My job was to basically take bilingual calls and help the account holders with stuff like getting their balance, navigating the website, disputing charges, etc. Well, one day I noticed a lot of the girls that worked in the same cubicle area as me kept getting up and running over to the manager's office after taking calls. I thought it was weird, but figured they were all experiencing random computer problems, needing more guidance, or something like that. Well, I soon learned that was not the case.
Oh no.
My screen lit up and my headset beeped, indicating I had a call coming through. I went through my standard greeting and asked what I could help with. At first, it seemed like a normal call. It was a man on the other end of the line, and he asked for a phone number for a different department within the same company. I began to give him the number. 1800, and then I heard it. His breathing had suddenly gotten heavier. My gut was telling me there was something weird going on, but I heard him very breathily tell me, "Go ahead, I need the number." So thinking I was wrong, I tried again with the number. 180055. And then the motherfucker goes, "Can you give it to me slower?" This time there was no mistaking why his breathing was so weird, because you could audibly hear him beating that disgusting ass meat. Gross. I very quickly regained my senses and told him, "I'm sorry, sir, I won't be able to help you," which in polite business terms basically translates to, "Get off my fucking phone, you sick fuck." And I hung up. I was able to take a screenshot of his phone number and took that to my manager, which I learned that all my other coworkers had been doing earlier in the day too. I thought it would be an easy solution to just block the number or even contact our legal department, but apparently there was no procedure for this kind of thing. In our call center, there were procedures for what to do if a customer threatens your life, their life, or someone else's life, but no one had thought of how to handle sexual harassment from a customer. Eventually, the call center creeper was blocked from calling us. It took days, which sucked, you know. And in the meantime, he just kept calling the back of his card asking for the same phone number. If he got a male representative, he would hang up until a female would answer.
Oh my God.
If he spent that much time on the phones with us, I hate to think what he was up to in person. So there's my very first submission. Thanks for shining a light on the cases you discuss and for all the entertainment. And then Janie put a heart at the end.
Oh, thanks, Janie. You should have told her my name is Janie and I have a gun.
Brilliant.
Fuck that guy. Get a real hobby. Man, and then it sucks because, like, you know, they blocked him from that call center, but then he probably found another fucking call center to call. Just calling all over town.
I think that's what I told Janie. Like, since you guys blocked him, he's probably calling other call centers.
Jeez.
Probably doing that to multiple women.
Should have told him, are you proud of yourself, sir? Are you proud that you're disrupting my day with your disgusting habits? Ugh.
Okay. So I think I told Janie this in the email too. I was like, I don't judge what you're into sexually unless it's illegal.
Yeah.
But like, this is the first time where I heard of a person getting off on a female giving a phone number to them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, what? Can you say it slower?
No, you fuck.
Maybe, do you think it was like his form of ASMR?
No, I think it's just a fucking weirdo. I think he's broke and he can't afford to call a sex hotline, so he's got to call free customer service.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Just watch porn like everybody else in the world and be quiet. Ugh.
Well, we're sorry, Janie, that you all had to deal with that guy.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's gross.
If I knew where he was, I would go and slap him in his penis.
Oh, dang.
I was going to say his face, but I feel like the penis is more effective. What did I say last time? I'm just going to start junk punching everyone. Can you imagine if someone writes a stranger danger about me? It's this crazy girl walking down the streets. Just junk punching everyone.
I could see it. You look like a superhero right now.
Do I?
All you're missing is your cape.
No, I don't wear a cape.
Whoa. The muscles. There you go.
Muscles my ass.
All right.
Thank
you, Janie, for your story.
Yeah, sorry again. I'm just always very sorry when I read your stories or when I hear them.
Okay. Is that it? Do you have any reviews?
We do. We have 2 new reviews.
All right. So now we're at reviews, and our first review that we have is from Jenny Murderino.
Hey.
Hey. 5 stars, titled "So Good."
So good. No. I don't know the words after that.
Oh my. Okay.
Ba, 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 ba.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Jenny Murderino says, super interesting and informative. The cases are sometimes relatively unknown, which is great if you're sick of the same old true crime stuff. Love that they value non-white victims.
Thank you, Jenny Murderino.
Thank you.
That is what we are here for.
Yep.
Here for.
Whoa, this second one's a very long one.
That's a very long one, but I love it. Okay. So, the 5-star review titled "Focusing on the Forgotten" from T5 is still alive. I think that's what it is. Here we go. I've been listening to this podcast for over a year now, and I always do... Oh, just kidding. That's not what you said at all. As I always do with the new podcast, I start with the newest episode, and if I like it, I go back to the first episode and then binge. This podcast has evolved a lot, but its core idea has remained the same. They focus on cases. Wow. It's been a rough morning, guys.
Maybe I should have read that.
I'm struggling today. People who are often looked over by the public and sadly, a lot looked over by the law enforcement too. The current format is 2 best friends and a husband discuss and review a POC case. After some friendly banter and joking, they move on to the case. They joke and get off track sometimes, but they get back to the point and I enjoy their banter. The 2 female hosts often remind me of my own friendships. They rag on each other, like Brittany's stupid transition glasses. Lovingly insult each other, laugh, and joke around in a way only very longtime friends and our family members can. I really like this show for multiple reasons. 1, they've grown and have changed their format multiple times to find something that works the best. I personally like their old episodes because I like real, intimate, raw, and simple podcasts. But I've listened to them mature, and I give them credit for taking criticism, and instead of getting angry and blowing off the haters, they've done the opposite and changed. This just shows how important the subject is to them and how professional they are. Props to them. 2, they focus on POC cases, which are often ignored. This is very important to me. I'm pretty sick of living in a racist and sexist stereotype of a world, and the first step to changing that is to bring it to light, talk about it, and keep it in the public. so that people know there's a problem and that we need to actively address the problem to potentially fix it. 3, they're best friends and I relate to them. 4, stranger danger is real and needs to be talked about more, and they are not only talking about it, but engaging their audience. They teach me how to protect myself too. For example, I now lock my car doors as soon as I get in the car. Way to go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When this saves me from a stranger, I will write in. 5,
Yes.
Scott, this is my favorite part. Scott is cringeworthy, but pretty awesome too. I insulted him only to please Justine. Much love, you all rock.
This is one of the best reviews of all time.
So good. I love it. Oh my
God. I love this review so much.
So good.
And I love that they insulted Scott
just for me.
Justine. That is the best thing ever.
I read that review at work because I check it throughout the week, and I was like, oh, this is so long, and I was reading it, and I was like, true. Scott is cringeworthy. True. What? Scott is cringeworthy. True. For me? Oh, just made me so happy.
Okay, you started crying?
Started crying at work. So funny.
You were so happy?
So happy. I love when you guys insult Scott just for my benefit.
It's so funny.
So funny. Thank you for that very sweet review.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We just did the reaction video to our second episode, and we know, guys. We know. We said it earlier in the episode. We have come a long way. And I'm proud of us. Way to go.
Yeah, I am too.
And we do appreciate the feedback when it's, actual, what am I have no words today. When it is constructive criticism, I welcome it.
I was looking for that word too, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah. Like, for sure, tell us, our main goal, we want listeners. We want you guys to enjoy what we're doing here. So,
yeah. And we want to improve.
Yeah, forever. We're going to constantly be growing and changing and evolving. So,
yeah.
But we appreciate the acknowledgement of that. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Do you want to tell them about to send a review?
Send a review.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. Guys, if you would like to help us, that is the way to do it. 5-star reviews. I will not accept anything less. Thank you so much. That's how we are seen on iTunes, seen anywhere, and if you're not able to leave a review, please tell your coworkers. I always say to tell your friends, so I thought I'd switch it up this time.
I was taken aback, like, oh.
Oh, who? What? Real quick, guys, we are available on iHeart now. Finally. It's still uploading, like, the back catalog, so only the probably, like, last 30 episodes are there. But we are there now, if you guys want to go listen over there. Mm-hmm. And, I thought that iHeart was linked to Alexa. It's not. That's another platform, so we have to figure out how to get on that, too. But we'll talk about that later. Okay. We're still not on Spotify. We're working on it. We will let you know as soon as we know.
Yep. And we're also on YouTube, if you didn't know.
Yes.
So if you would like to follow us, you can do so on Instagram and Facebook at ItsAboutDamnCrime. Run it together, space it out. We are there. We're also on Twitter and Snapchat at IADC Podcast. Mm-hmm. Justine and I, we alternate weeks on the Snapchat.
Yep, I'm on it this week. It's all me.
Mm-hmm.
And my dogs.
And, yeah, you and your dogs always.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're on YouTube now, so you guys can listen to our episodes there. Just in the search bar, just search for IADC Podcast, mm-hmm. and we'll pop up. Subscribe.
Yep.
If you guys have any ideas of videos that you guys want us to do,
yeah,
let us know.
Yeah. We're game for anything.
Yeah.
We'll do it all.
Especially if it involves drinking.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely game for that.
I'm just saying.
For sure.
Yeah. And that's it. So, Justine.
Yes.
Remember, there's a lot of desert out there.
I meant to say this a couple weeks ago, but I'm saying that to Brianna Michelle because She told me that when I got recognized in public that I was going to be famous. And then when I told her it happened, that she said, no, it was a fluke. You are not famous. So I would like to put her in the desert. Is all I'm saying.
Dang.
For being a liar, liar, pants on fire. She's a liar, liar, pants on fire too.
All right, everyone. We will catch you next week for another episode.
Yeah.
Until then, stay safe. Have a great weekend. Great rest of your week. And we
Why
love
did Charlie
you.
just jump on the couch and fart on me?
That's disrespectful. Maybe he's trying to say goodbye, too.
I mean, that's not the way to do it, bruh. Nice thing.
Well, that's Charlie's way.
Nice things,
so,
babies.
okay, Justine, let's say goodbye.
Okay. What?
Say goodbye so we can end this.
Goodbye.
Your girl's hungry. Can you do that again?
Aren't you gonna hang up on me?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I'm going to stop this. Can you say goodbye already?
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. Love you.
Okay, I love you. Bye.